Hi there, Jack here from Cardiff Met International, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about getting the COVID-19 vaccination as an international student in the UK. Welcome to my latest video for international students coming to study in the UK. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, my name is Jack and I'm part of the international team here at Cardiff Metropolitan University in the UK. I'm currently on a mission to help international students better understand the UK university system. However, in this video, I'll be focusing on something a little bit different, the COVID-19 vaccination programme. The COVID-19 vaccination is currently being offered to everyone in the UK aged 18 or over. The vaccination is being offered at local sites run by GPs or community pharmacies, at larger vaccination centres and in some hospitals. Whilst some international students may have already received vaccinations in their home countries, many will have not yet received one. So to make sure you're fully informed when you arrive, I'm going to run through some key questions that international students may have about the vaccination programme. Are international students eligible for the vaccine? In short, yes. Anybody aged 18 or over in the UK is eligible for the COVID-19 vaccination for free, regardless of their nationality or immigration status. This includes international students. Do international students need to pay for the vaccine? Nobody in the UK has to pay for the COVID-19 vaccination. The COVID-19 vaccination is free of charge and does not count as the kind of care that requires a payment. International students or anyone seeing a request for payment for the COVID-19 vaccination should report this to their university institution. It is most likely a fraud or scam. How does an international student get a vaccine? International students are encouraged to register with a GP and get an NHS number. Students registered with a GP can book their appointment at a vaccination centre and will also receive an invitation to be vaccinated. Do international students need to be registered with a GP to get a vaccination? While registration with a GP is encouraged to access the vaccination, individuals can request to book a COVID-19 vaccination as an unregistered patient for a local GP practice. How does an international student get an NHS number? International students can approach their local GP practice saying they would like to register for the purpose of receiving a vaccine. Once registered, your NHS number can be found on any letter sent to you by the NHS, on any prescription, or by logging on to your GP's online services. If an international student is not registered with a GP, will they still be invited for their vaccination? Students who are not registered with a GP will not be proactively contacted by a local NHS service. Students are encouraged to register with a GP as this is the simplest way to receive a vaccination. However, international students are also able to book their vaccination appointment through the National Booking Service using their NHS number if they have previously received treatment from the NHS. Are any dependents of international students also eligible for the COVID-19 vaccination? Anybody in the UK aged 18 or over is eligible for the vaccine. Any dependents of international students will be able to access the vaccination in the same way. What should an international student do if they've received their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccination abroad and it is not a vaccine that is being offered in the UK? If a person has received a first dose of a COVID-19 vaccination overseas that is also available in the UK, they should receive that same vaccine for their second dose. If the vaccine they received for their first dose is not available in the UK, the most similar vaccine should be offered for their second dose. I'll include a link to advice on similar vaccine alternatives below. Students should contact their GP to ensure that they receive an appropriate vaccine for their second dose. So there we have it. I hope that answers any questions you may have about receiving the COVID-19 vaccination as an international student in the UK. However, please remember that public health guidance is changing all of the time, so make sure that you follow public announcements for any future changes. Please do give me a like if this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell and select all to receive notifications. But for now, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll welcome you to Cardiff Met one day soon. Bye bye.